Ebana manyesem ewo Ghana ha se ya Ghana for enfen ya agro opposition for no ebe make sure se waso be ye hyepa NDC ni MPP omu bia owo government ne de ebe make sure se list error obeye no aban mu no omo de beda meju efi 2016 eba no sa tax no akoso saa besi saa mre ye nyina enim se eba no GoldBod that eno ye one of the factors NDC for e de asi honom ama dollar cedi rate no etima stabilize around 10 and 11. Na MPP for no pekwan bia so say omanya loss omanya nkekaye enuma bi ekoso GoldBod honoma omo pese omo de brasa na be ya omo be make government unpopular na say obama Ghana for aye on favorite ama omo opposition ne de na djuma nyina obeye nyina ne say enuma wo ya eye negative enuma wo ya enne da na akwam no obe point ne nyina out say na be ya ebema Ghana for hu say hu ehi ana say u diska e wo man no ma to atia in the next election. Na mbi before trans no hu se sa na tie dia yen target Sammy Gyamfi any GoldBod omo de nyoma gu akwam aka say IMF report omo de buy ne kire say GoldBod elusu sika bebre na NDC for test ase no mse jai dabi ade we de ema ne slide crab mo pese mo fa kwan bia so na Ghana for ye hu yo mahin se na be ya 2028 e beto aba no omo atoati omo enti ene Sammy Gyamfi trans one na badwafo ne namfofo ne na busuafo ne MPP fo ne NDC fo ne Ghana fo nyina trans me etie Sammy Gyamfi according to Sammy Gyamfi say Afenyo Markin ene yo mo keka no oni basis na so basis a ensema IMF fo e ka wasem in your report no Sammy Gyamfi e ka kire Afenyo Markin say on kire ne page kro on kire ne paragraph kro na on kire ne sentence kro na IMF fo ka say according to IMF no GoldBod for elususka bebre enuntin sa program no unhealthy for Ghanaians.
The GoldBod, the Afenyo Markin says that the GoldBod has sold gold and made losses, and that no one should sell gold and make losses. When the tone gold boka says those who recorded $400 million loss under domestic gold purchase program in 2024, according to the IMF they are quoting. And this is also coming from the same people under whose tenure another state institution, MEF, implemented the gold purchase program and recorded losses to the tune of over $90 million. Today, they want to give us lectures on gold trading. Ladies and gentlemen, I have news for them. We will not take moral lessons from the brothel. Then number two, they say, why has the Bank of Ghana pulled out of financing the GoldBod if GoldBod is not making losses? Number one, the Bank of Ghana has not pulled out from anything. The MPP government decided that it will run a program called Domestic Gold Purchase Program, which will be managed by the Bank of Ghana. And they designed that program in a certain way, which I will talk about it. President Mahama promised to reset Ghana, including the gold trade sector. And his reset is the GoldBod. The act has been passed and the GoldBod is ready for takeoff. And so this new GoldBod model, as envisioned under the GoldBod Act, is not anchored on Bank of Ghana financing GoldBod. The GoldBod has been given the powers under Section 18 of the GoldBod Act by Parliament to raise money for itself from the financial markets. And so if the GoldBod wants to assert that statutory mandate, and for that matter, the Bank of Ghana has to end what it was doing under the domestic gold purchase program, you don't look at that and say, oh, that means GoldBod was doing something wrong. I can tell you that as we speak, the IMF and the Bank of Ghana are all engaging GoldBod that they still want to be our fiscal agents under the GoldBod model, where they will be raising money for us as an intermediary. It is the GoldBod that is rather saying, no, we will do it ourselves. So that claim is not true. And then you hear him say that, oh, GoldBod was being paid some fees, and it is because of the noise they made that the fees were reduced. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I brought evidence here. And if you need the evidence, I'll give it to you. That evidence is a letter dated October 29, 2025, way before the MPP ever held a press conference on GoldBod or domestic gold purchase program in 2025. Because the first press conference they held in the aftermath of the IMF report on domestic gold purchase program was in December. If you recall, we were celebrating Christmas at the time, December 2025. But by October 29, 2025, the GoldBod and Bank of Ghana, through negotiations, had reduced the fees to 0.6. Does that mean there was something wrong? No. What it meant was that the GoldBod was more efficient in aggregating gold, that it didn't need 0.75%. We conceded upon request by Bank of Ghana, that we could do with little and still achieve better results. And number two, the quantity of gold we're buying had gone up and gold prices have skyrocketed. And therefore, even if we reduce our fees, we knew that we could still cater for ourselves. So that was an act of patriotism and not because of the noise of a rabble-rouser. Now, number four, and I'm wrapping up. They say, oh, GoldBod takes credit for the upside of the domestic gold purchase program, but the GoldBod does not take the blame for the downside. So we are being double standard. The GoldBod has not taken any credit for any upside of any domestic gold purchase program. We are saying that President Mahamad's vision in establishing the GoldBod, even though we did not begin the full implementation of that mandate in 2025, we were able to contribute substantially to the volume of gold that we aggregated as buying agent for the Bank of Ghana in ways that the PMMC, our antecedent, could never do and never did. And that was because of the effective aggregation system, the competitive pricing, and the other measures we introduced in 2025. And so we talk about the quantum of gold we're able to buy because of how we were able to plug leakages, intensify the fight against smuggling, reduce gold that was going out through informal channels and all that. That is what we talk about. And so let them get the facts correct. Then they talk about what commercial risk was GoldBod bearing under the domestic gold purchase program. Ladies and gentlemen, is it easy to be giving 133 billion Ghana cedis in a year, cash, bank transfer money, to buy gold in the market and not burn 1 cedi of that? Can our former board chairman of ECG, Afenyo Markin, under whose tenure in 2024 the ECG recorded a loss of 8.2 billion, boast of such competence? The answer, I believe, should be obvious.
I'm jittery. Well, I believe you should know me better. My good brother Felix says something. He says politics is a contact sport. So when you are involved in politics, you are involved in boxing. You should be ready for tackles. You should be ready for punches. And some of us are vaccinated against political mischief. We've taken the vaccine, so we are not worried at all. But what I want to say is this. If the one under whose tenure as board chairman as ECG, where ECG recorded a loss of 8.2 billion, is not facing any onerous bail terms, and how can Sammy Gyamfi, under whose tenure the GoldBod has exported 170 tons of gold through former channels and brought into this country over 17 billion United States dollars in 1.5 years, face onerous bail terms? Under your tenure, not a gram of gold produced in Ghana was refined in Ghana. Today, over 9 metric tons just this year of gold we have bought refined in Ghana. We are changing the value addition story. So you see, such statements are reckless. They are what I call the fanciful efficiencies of a palm wine bar. You take it as comic relief. And it is very sad. See, when we say this, he says we are not insulting him. This is somebody occupying a seat once occupied by the Venerable G.H. Mensah, the Venerable Papa Uzuankoma, or Seiche Mensah Bonsu. Look at the depth and the substance of these personalities. When they rose to speak on Parliament, look at the command they commanded across the aisle. And look at how this seat has now been so bastardized and depraved by a noisemaker who cannot even read and research and get his facts right. So I will go to prison in his brain, and I will have onerous bill terms in his brain. I'm not afraid of any intimidating tactics, because we are serving Ghana in good conscience, and our resource and posterity will speak for us. Thank you very much.